Okay, this video is going to be one. I do want you to write all of this down in your own words, so you're going to have to pause a lot and write things down. But I really want you to have in your own writing this chart, because this chart really sums up everything that we've been doing for the last week or so. And I think it will really help you remember things a little bit better for the test. So we're going to compare photosynthesis and respiration and review each one of the processes. So let's go ahead and start with photosynthesis. Photosynthesis captures energy because we are taking energy from the sun. And I'm just adding in my own words here. Light captures light energy and stores it in sugars, C6H12O6. That's our glucose. Now, if you look at respiration, its function is to release energy in the form of ATP that was stored in the sugar. Okay? So, now, where do we do this? Well, in photosynthesis, we're in the thylakoid of the chloroplast or the stroma. I don't really care. I use the word thylakoid, but I don't care about this. Mostly, you need to know that we're in the chloroplast, which, of course, is only in plant cells. In glycolysis, we're in the cytoplasm. Krebs electron transport is in the mitochondria. All right, so let's skip down here to these equations, all right? 6 carbon dioxides plus 6 water, and then you're going to add, they put light right here, which is fine. You're going to add in some light, and that's going to get you 1 glucose and 6 oxygen. Now, I want you to look at this. These are your reactant, or these are your products, oxygen and glucose, all right? Look at what are the reactants of cellular respiration: sugar and oxygen. So the products of photosynthesis are the reactants of cellular respiration. Okay? Then if you look here, the products of cellular respiration are the reactants of photosynthesis. So they're essentially the opposite of each other. One is storing energy, one is releasing energy, okay? One is creating sugar, one is using that same sugar to release energy. Now, we don't have to make our own food because we eat sandwiches, right? Plants don't eat sandwiches. So plants undergo photosynthesis, but both plant and animal cells undergo cellular respiration. And I promise, 100% promise, that will be a question on the test. So I want you to pause and I want you to write this all down, because this is really the most essential knowledge. Like, if you know nothing else, you must know this chart. The last thing I want to go over really quickly, and we talked about it briefly, is, we eat sandwiches. So if we're looking at a sandwich, all right, and again, I'm going to draw me a little sandwich over here. Here we go. If we're looking at a sandwich, in our sandwich, here's our bread. Ooh. All right, so this bread is carbohydrates. And then, of course, we got to have some kind of lunch meat. And I don't think I have a good color for lunch meat. I guess maybe just have some. We got some turkey. And turkey's going to have a lot of protein in it, so that's good. Then we got some, we got to put some mayonnaise on that. So let's say we got some mayo. That's going to give us, or bacon. Ooh, bacon's good. Bacon will provide us some fat, right? We got in our sandwich. Then, of course, because we want to pretend like we're healthy, we'll add a little bit of lettuce in there too, right? All right. Now, anything that's an animal or a plant product is going to have nucleic acids in it. So like lettuce has DNA, turkey, bacon, they're going to have DNA of the animal that they came from. Okay. So all of these things right here are going to have nucleic acid in it. So as you can see, the only thing, so the lettuce is going to be actually turned to a starch, and that's going to become a carb. So all the carbs are turned to sugar. Okay. So you eat a piece of bread, that's going to be broken into the small glucose molecules, and it will go right here into glycolysis. Okay. So this is where our bread is going to go, and our veggies are going to go there. Now, the fat from our mayo and our bacon has to be broken down. So the glycerol, it can go right into the glycolysis, but the fatty acids will actually bind with and help create acetyl-CoA and start here. Our protein is going to be broken down into individual amino acids. Now, depending on where those amino acids are, like what type they are, will depend on where they go in. Some go in at pyruvate oxidation. Some go in here during the citric acid cycle. Some go in the amino acids. But everything we eat gets broken down into its monomers and put into this cycle. So I'm probably not going to ask you any questions about this, but it is something that you need to understand so that in case they ask you a question about it on the EOC.